I knew a man named Donovan. I know there's not a lot of them left in the world where we live. An overload of memories when you've been a friend to me. Wish I had something to give. I sat on the back porch and asked what I'm sad for, a question with answers I knew. When I think of someone I always got love from, it's more than just me missing you. Someone I looked up to, someone who would love you, someone who knew what they believed. Someone once told me, someone who's a homie is someone you don't want to leave. Sun don't shine quite as brightly today. Moon doesn't hang quite as high. A whole lifetime is stuck in my way. I close my eyes and I cry. Farewell to my brother, may you rest now, 'cause I know it's been a long night, and I know God will bless you. Hope I see you in the next life. To my brother, may you rest now, 'cause I know it's been a long night, and I know God will bless you. Hope I see you in the next life.
Why is it not picking up my... Oh, come on. Stupid thing.
It's because we're getting more attractive. So like the YouTube just can't handle it, dude.
Is that what it is?
Oh no. Yeah.
There we go. I got it figured out. Welcome in, everybody. Technical. Hey, listen, Zero Core. I am the king of technical difficulties. I just, just roll with it. There's no need to get excited about it or anything of that nature, right? So,
Hey everyone.
you guys can't see this at home, but I'm enjoying a nice cold beverage with ice in it. And the reason why I'm getting to enjoy this, shut up.
What?
Shut up, Toxic. Shut up. Didn't anyone yank your chain yet? Just sit there and be quiet. And because I replaced the ice maker in my refrigerator yesterday. First time I ever had to do anything like that. And I was able to do it.
Mine next.
Sure. No problem. Had to tease me. You ain't got to tease me. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Today I'm joined by the beautiful, lovely, intelligent, and all around just good egg, Nietzsche.
Hi. I have nothing else to say right now. I'll get into it later.
And then, of course, there's Toxic Piplup. Hello, Toxic.
Any adjectives or good egg or anything? What the fuck?
One-eyed wonder is usually it, right?
The one-eyed wonder, the bane of my existence, the thorn in my flesh, the ever constant itching hemorrhoid of life, Toxic Piplup. There you go. Is that better?
Glad to be here.
Itching hemorrhoid.
Itching hemorrhoid. Yeah. We were supposed to have been joined by a little gremlin, but evidently she, I don't know, forgot to tell time, or she can't tell time, or I don't know, who knows.
For context, the other day, okay, in the group chat that PeePaw and I are in with Seth and some friends, right? Seth was trying to get me to go on Clear as Mud with PeePaw and herself, which I would have loved to have done. However, It was about 5 o'clock, which is right when I get off of work. And everybody knows in our friend group, I have something called a 9 to 5, right? So that means at 5
Yeah.
o'clock, I am just getting on my way home. And she said, well, I don't know what time it is for you. And I said, well, Seth, there's this thing called Google. And then I don't know what her
Yes.
reply was to that. She's not
Something
Googling that shit
about
or something.
yeah. Basically, she says she's basically when it comes to math, she's dumb because she can't do the math thing for
But Google
whatever
does
that
the math
means.
for you. If you Google what
I
time is
understand.
it.
I understand. I understand that. But this is Seth we're talking about, right? And I'm not so sure she even knows what Google is. So anyway, all right. So we've got several topics to talk about today, and so as not to just dribble drabble too long, unless there's just something that is just burning a hole in your pocket, toxic that you want to talk before we start getting into the things, I will give you that consideration. Is there anything you'd like to talk about? No? Okay. So anyway, we'll get right into the topics.
You know what? We're going
What?
to talk about you, Paul, you fucking slime ball weasel little piece of... No, I don't got anything to talk about.
Holy shit.
I'm his hero. He wants to be just like me when he grows up, folks.
Oh, it's
All right.
feisty.
So I'm going to start off today because of the topic of the title of this, and it's my topic, and it's kind of one of these, it's a double-edged sword. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, hopefully, is it's going to, but and of course not, because why would it? Why would it? Why would
You're
it?
having issues
Because,
today.
well, there's a reason why. There is a reason why. Is that it? Yes. Is this the one? Yes, this was. We blow this up here. Okay. So we're gonna watch this little stream, this little trailer for this thing we got, and then we'll talk about it here. Let me get the okay. Here we go.
It's been a while since I got here. No idea how I pulled through all this time. But I gotta record this. Someone's gotta know. The clankers out in the fields, they fought like hell. But I gave back worse than I got. It was bad for a while.
I'm a tiller and a gardener, not a fighting man. Thanks for taking out that clanker. You're a real hotshot. Mechanic, this is the digging. You get it? Beginning and digging in one.
We barely scratched the surface. I'm telling you, they're up to something really shady underground.
They say a mountain moves for no one. Well, a mountain ain't met you yet. You're one mean, lean, digging, clanker fighting machine. You are the drilling thunder.
Okay, so that is a game. It came out originally in beta. I think around 2021, somewhere in there. Let me double check here. Uh, okay, it's been released 20, but I think it originally, okay, 20th, 2020. So this game has been out in early access for like 6 years. Okay. Now, me and my ragtag bunch of gaming buddies have been playing this game off and on as they did releases and they updated things and things, this, whatever else, since 2020. We basically was right at because again, this is an indie game, and one of the things that me and my buddies love playing is indie games. Right? We had that whole conversation last. We talked about that a bit last week. All right. Well, here's my gripe. This is my complaint. Now, I'm not an active streamer. I'm definitely not an active gaming streamer, right? But there is like, you can't swing a stick on YouTube and not hit some sort of a streamer that's a big, gaming streamer, whatever, or on Twitch or whatever. So Axolot, which is the name of the company that's putting this out, evidently gave pretty much every streamer out there that does gaming streams a key to this game that now is going to be released to the general public, such as myself, and its 1.0 release next Friday. And everybody and their brother is streaming this, and they're uploading videos, and they're doing this, and they're doing that, and all these things. And okay, and I understand from a business standpoint, I understand why Axolot did this. They wanting to get their game out there. They're wanting to get it before as many eyes as possible, and even get more people to buy the game. I understand that 100%. I do. However, as a fan of this game, and as someone who's been waiting 6 years to play this game, it's really frustrating and hard because I don't want to see any of these guys' content. I don't want to see it in the short feeds, which they're out there everywhere. It's all over my For Your page or whatever now that YouTube is doing. That whole algorithm is, and it's showing these streamers that's got this, it's really being pushed. And I don't want to see it because I want to go into this game. And I want to discover the new things that they've added, right? I want to be able to witness it all fresh, and I don't want some creator ruining it for me, right? Because it's almost like, we were kind of talking about this the other day, Nietzsche, and I said it would be like, okay, if there's a movie that you really wanted to go see, or say it's a television program, then there's like a big episode that's coming on or what have you. And someone gives you the whole plot of that episode or the movie, it tells you, and it just ruins it for you. It's the same thing. And these gamers and I don't fault them. I'm not really agitated with them, and I'm not even really agitated with Axolot, because I understand why they're doing it. I'm just aggravated. I guess maybe it's the fact that all these guys are getting to play and enjoy this game that I've been playing and enjoying for over 6 years. They're getting it before me, and they're getting to do this. And it just kind of, I don't know, it kind of upset me a little bit,
Yeah, it's kind of, like you said, it's kind of like the whole, you go to work and someone just spoils the plot of the episode I think you're just like more angry that it's not commonplace for that to be the case, right? And they do showcases on games, right? And I like to watch those because they don't spoil they cut parts of it. I guess a lot of what I play is a lot more story based or RPG, so like they're never gonna give away the plot of those. But for you, is it just everything about the game? Like, what are the aspects that you don't like spoiled for you?
All right. Okay, so this game is a survival game, and the whole premise is you and your buddies have crash landed on this world, this planet or whatever, And there's these, what they're calling the clankers, which are these little robots. And what they were originally designed to help the farmers and things on this planet to cultivate things like that. But their programming has gotten hijacked or high wired or something to where anyway, they're now combative, right? And so they'll attack you and stuff. And so the whole premise of this game is that you have to gather up materials, and stuff. There's nodes that you can mine. There's trees and stuff that you can mine, and then you have to grow vegetables. And with the vegetables and stuff, that different kinds of vegetables that you grow, you turn around and you turn them in, and then you get other things like you can get I think it's called like a spud gun. Well, then you have to grow potatoes to feed your spud gun, and a spud gun is an offensive weapon that you get to shoot the clankers with at a range, and so you don't have to necessarily let them get on top of you. Beforehand, you just have this big like hammer that you just smack the clankers with, but you have to, it's melee, so you have to get in close, and of course they can get you. Now, they have logic in this game where you build contraptions. You saw in the trailer where the guy was building a vehicle, and what you have to do is you have to use a tool, and you say, okay, well, I'm attaching the output of this motor into these wheels so that you can make them like an all-wheel drive, or you can make just a rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. You can build these devices that then will in turn allow you to mine these big giant metal nodes, and you can mine trees and cut up trees, which you have to get also as a resource. Then they had these big factories. Now you could go into the factories in the beta and stuff, but there was not a whole lot in there, and you could tell that this was going to be like little dungeons that you would go, and then I'm sure there's going to be mats and things that we'll get out of there that we'll need to be able to progress through the game. And now it seems like they've added this whole other resource to where it's going to be like you can mine down and go into the earth and do things as well. Now, one of the things that was really cool about this little dev company that is putting this game together is they started off using, and I don't remember what game engine it was, but the game engine would not allow them to do what they wanted to do, right? There were certain restrictions within the universe or the game, the physics and things that wasn't to what allowed them to do what they needed to do. So what they wound up having to do is start from very scratch all over and completely and totally write a whole new game engine for this game.
That's what they did for they didn't make it. What did they make a whole new game engine? They had to swap game engines and all this kind of shit to make Wolf Among Us 2, and it got delayed freaking 8 years, dude. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. That's
and
then,
funny. Of course, the other thing about that's been kind of frustrating a little bit about this game is like I don't think I can show it because I don't have a scene set up or whatever, but on the Steam page, you can get this game through Steam. I think it's under $20. I would highly recommend you get the game if you like survival games, and you like, and puzzles, because you can build these different types of devices and things like that to like automate your crops, right? When you're planting your crops and things like that, you can automate all that kind of stuff. And so, that's really fascinating. One of the best things, and we first time we did this when me and my buddies were playing, this is somebody else's screen capture or whatever. But, in most games, when you're playing a cooperative game and stuff, they always have a mechanic. Like if one of your buddies gets rendered unconscious or knocked out or whatever, right? You can go in and revive them, right? Like in WoW, if you were, you have a healer, they resurrect them, right? Or maybe if you're an engineer, you would have the little jumper cables where you could jump the guy and return him back to life stuff. Well, in Scrap Mechanic, they have what is called the footlong baguette.
Footlong baguette.
Yeah, so check this. This is the footlong baguette in action. This is how you revive when your buddy collapses or gets knocked out because the clanker took him out or whatever. This is how you get them back.
I got him. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
It's really funny.
That right there is the animation and how you revive a person from if they've been knocked out in scrap mechanic. So we just found that hilarious. We always thought it was funny, so because your buddy's sitting there laid out on his back, and you stuff a foot long hoagie in his mouth, and he has to eat the hoagie to get back up. It's freaking hilarious. It's just but anyway, like I say, I'm excited for the game. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm just aggravated that there's all this spoiler stuff that's out there, and I just don't want to see the spoiler crap. So anyway, but like I say, I understand. I'm not mad at the company. I'm not mad at the streamers. I'm just, I guess, aggravated. I would have loved to have had a stream a key, and maybe I would have streamed it too. I don't know. So yeah, it's
Maybe
a full-on
stream more
sub
games.
sandwich. I probably should, but I ain't going to. So there's that. Anyway, you have any thoughts on this, Toxic? I know this is right up your alley, riveting for you. Really,
Are you
do
muted
carry on,
or-
carry on, Toxic. Yeah, we're dying to know. Yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, I think he was expecting some things, so he may have had to mute to deal with that. So anyway, so this next little thing, are you a YouTube Premium subscriber, Nietzsche?
I am, yes.
Okay, so am I. Right. I just never did cancel from back when I was streaming every morning and stuff. Because like if I was reviewing or going over, things or whatever on YouTube, I didn't want to be interrupted with commercials, right? I just thought that was kind of, I don't know. I don't know.
Inconvenient.
Yeah, and it just aggravation because you got to sit there wait for the stream, whatever. So anyway, I'm still, and now I've just kind of gotten used to some of the perks. Like I like the YouTube music. I can go over and I pump it through my truck when I'm driving down the road, and I can have a whole favorite list of things, and there's no commercials, there's no nothing, and it's just it's just the music. I just, so I like that aspect of it, right? But anyway, one of the things that I've noticed here recently is that a lot of the larger creators that have these brand deals with companies, right? They do an ad read during the video, right? Now, do I have a problem with a YouTuber getting a brand deal and doing an ad read? No, I don't. I do not have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is there's two aspects of this that is problematic. One is when you're uploading, if you're monetized on YouTube and you upload a video, there is a thing there where you have to check it that says this video has a sponsor in it. And if they're doing it right, when you click on the video and you start watching a video from maybe one of your favorite YouTubers, or maybe it's just something that popped on your page that you wanted to watch, whatever, and they have an ad read or whatever, when you go in to click on it, if they've done that properly, it'll come up and it will show you in the corner, it'll say, hey,
Can I show you an example? Like, because I have a YouTuber pulled up right now where it has that.
Okay, please share that. Okay.
Just in case, just to explain.
Can you just send me the link,
yeah.
maybe? Okay,
yeah,
just do it that way, because it would be easier for me. Yes, ma'am, please.
There you go. Bam.
Okay, so let me pull this up.
The funny title.
Do you know what it's like?
Okay. All right, let me show this. Chat. All right. You see this up in the left-hand corner here? It says right here, includes paid promotion. Okay? That means that somewhere in this video here, Nicole Raffi, right, is going to have an ad read of some kind. And you know what? That's fine. That lets me know that that they are doing it the proper way. They're letting the viewers know that they've got an ad read. Now, let me show you one that's not like that, right? And I'm going to probably mute this because I have an idea his crap may have gotten captured. This is Binging with Babish. Okay. Now, Binging with Babish, what's he got? 10 million subs, right?
Holy shit. Sorry, that's
a
a
lot of
lot.
subscribers.
Yeah, that's insane. I didn't know he had. I don't watch him, but I know of him and I've seen him around a lot in like Bon Appetit videos. I did not know he has 10
I used to be subscribed to this guy. I used to watch him all the time. I don't anymore. But anyway, and as you can see on this video here, he's doing a recreating the Bobby Hill restaurant menu, whatever from on the new relaunched King of the Hill that I think it's on Hulu maybe or something, Netflix, I'm not for sure. Anyway, so he's doing that and he's recreating it, okay? But if you notice, there's nothing on here saying, hey, we have an advertisement here, right? So, but
advertisement.
Yeah, okay, so where is it at here? Is it right in here, I think?
Binging with Babish. I'm very excited to be exploring flavors from Japanese and German.
Okay, yeah. Gotta be fast for you.
In fact,
all right, here we go.
First ever sponsor.
See, right here, he's doing an ad read for Squarespace.
Wow, that's big money. It's like 50
so here's
grand.
why we talk about this. Why is this a thing? Well, I'll tell you why. Because YouTube is hit with a class action lawsuit over premiums ad-free claims, right? And it says here, a proposed class action lawsuit has been filed against Google and YouTube, alleging that YouTube Premium is falsely advertising as ad-free service when even those subscribers still see sponsored segments embedded in videos, which is what I just was telling you, right? The complaint filed with U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California on July the 14th was brought by California residents William Fleming and Devin Rose, who are seeking to represent a nationwide class of YouTube Premium subscribers. So, and that's the thing, right? So I don't know, okay? Like when you click that little icon, right? Or the little checkbox when you're uploading a video, like, does that then affect like ad sponsorship on that video as far as them, YouTube placing ads? I don't know. I've never had a paid sponsor, so I can't tell you. I don't know how that affects things.
Why might that be a thing? I wouldn't even understand why.
Okay, so if they're okay, so when you put ads on a video, right? So, or you say, hey, monetize this, and you go in and put your ad breaks or whatever, then advertisers who have bought ad time with YouTube will be randomly selected and put on there based upon a lot of times whoever the person, because I could watch a video and what I would be served in ads versus say what you or Toxic would be served, it's totally it's separate, right? Because my interests don't align with y'all's, and so
our cookies are different.
but our cookies are different, exactly. And so, but when you're getting those ads served, okay, you get revenue that way, right? You get it's a 70-30 split. YouTube takes 30%. Or no, I take that back. We don't know exactly how much it is. You're just getting paid what's called of the CPM, which means, you get so many dollars per 1,000 views. And depending upon what type of channel you have, depending upon how your channel is viewed and rated as far as advertising friendly content and stuff, will determine what your ad rate is, right?
Can I ask a follow-up question to that?
Yeah.
Do you know how anything about how much is actually a lot? Like anything about the numbers, like in terms of what is a lot versus what is a little for a CPM?
Well,
Because
I can,
go ahead.
okay. So if we come over here and we say here, CPM ranges for YouTube monetization.
I had a YouTuber who said they were getting $1 per 1,000 views, and I want to know if that's good or bad. Is what I'm trying to ask.
That's at the bottom
Real
end.
bad.
That's bad. So according to a Google search here, a CPM generates range from either $1.50 to over $40 per
Holy
1,000
shit.
impressions. Right? Yeah.
Who
So
gets
you said what
40?
people
Well,
that have
okay, some
millions and millions of sorry.
exactly.
Go ahead,
Some of
Paul.
these guys who like all right,
Binging
Holy.
like
with
a binge
Babish,
like
probably
a
10
binging with
million sub
Babish.
channel.
Exactly. Has a 10 million sub channel. His content is as G-rated as you can get because it's a food creation channel, right?
10 out of 10
So
viewer
he's
retention too. Like if you're all of your,
yeah.
I don't know what he has. He might have shitty viewer retention right now,
Okay.
but
So this video here in particular we just watched where he's talking about the making the Bobby Hill menu stuff. So he has currently, this thing was put on yesterday. It has over 400,000 views on it already. And
Holy
typically,
shit.
I would say his probably watch time is really good, right? Because his stuff is entertaining the way he does it stuff. And again, it's a cooking video, right? And so
it's
people are
easy
going to watch.
listening.
It's easy listening, and they're probably going to look at it and say, okay, well, I want to make these, so how would I do it, right? So they're going to watch and as kind of a
Whoa.
how to
Uh-oh.
recipe and stuff, right? So is he getting $40 per 1,000 views? I don't know. Maybe not, but let's say he's getting $20 per 1,000 views, right? We'll say it's half of
Yeah.
the maximum. But he's got 400,000 views.
Holy shit.
Do the mathematics, right? So now, am I upset or am I mad because Binging with Babish got paid probably an insane amount of money from
8,000.
Squarespace to do the ad rate? No. Am I upset that Binging with Babish has got a high CPM and he's a 10 million subber and he's getting lots of ad revenue from his videos? No, I'm not. He has a whole like staff that he has and crew that he has to pay for, right? It's a company, it's a business with him, right? And so he has employees that he has to pay, and so I'm not upset about that in the slightest bit. What I am upset about is one, whoever it is that is uploading his video and running a channel and all that kind of stuff. Check the little box. Check the little box. I don't know if it affects your CPM or that. I don't know. I'm just saying these are the rules. Adhere to the rules. Check the box. And here's the other thing. And this is real simple to do. Go in and put in your flip-flopping timestamps so that if you got an ad read, people say, oh, I don't watch it, and they can click past it and we don't have to watch the ad read. Right? Because
YouTube's
if we're
nice,
truly...
though, and they include... YouTube's nice, though, and they include the little jump ahead because, like, most people... Like, the algorithm will show where most people are like, oh, fuck it, and skip ahead. And they put that little thing in there.
That
That
little
is
thing
nice.
in there?
But I agree. But I agree.
appreciate that. But sometimes I'll put on YouTube and go lay in bed, and then I can't click that button.
Yeah.
It makes me very angry, and I don't like it. You know what else bothers me? I
What
love
else
this
bothers
lawsuit, actually, because I've been complaining about this for like the last 2 years. I'm so sick
Okay.
of every fucking video I click on. I pay YouTube every single
Yeah.
month to not get ads. And now,
Yeah.
now the YouTuber wants to cut the little corner and make me have to watch ads. I don't want to watch ads. I'm not paying YouTube to watch ads. And have you seen the YouTube ads that they put on videos, PeePaw? When's the last time you had YouTube without premium?
Years.
It is the Wild West of the internet. I know that people
Okay.
say that doesn't exist anymore. It's literally YouTube's advertising because they just shit out scams. They're just literally AI scams now. There's no
Really?
moderation behind it. There's nothing.
Okay.
It's awful. Disgusting.
Like
And I
I
hope they get
seen,
sued for that too.
I saw. Let me see. I don't know if I'll be able to find it or not, but let me see if I can find it here. I seen a thing where okay, but where this when this hit the Twitter feed or whatever, this lawsuit, there was a fairly large YouTuber that quote tweeted it and was like, "Well, what you don't want us to make money? We what?" And I'm
No,
like,
don't. Go fuck yourself.
no, it's not about you. I don't care. You're making money. That's irrelevant.
Yeah, but that's such a
It's the
shallow
fact.
thing to say after that. Like,
Well,
shut up.
sure, it is shallow, but it's irrelevant. The problem is that if this okay, I'll just tell you right now, and I don't maybe that YouTuber does this. So, and if they do this, then guess what? I ain't talking about you, so don't be barking at me. If you're checking on there that yes, okay, this has paid sponsors, and you click it, okay, then you're covered. And if you're kind and gracious enough to even put timestamps where people could jump over their little ad reads, then hey, thank you for that too, by the way. Right? But if you're not doing either one of those, then this is who I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to all of them.
So
I wonder if the sponsors really do, like, because you know how they all have like the in-depth instructions you have to do,
yeah.
and you get the reads and all that. I wonder if some of them are sneaky and like, do not check the box.
Yeah.
This says this is a sponsor, because they're probably not legally obligated to do that.
Yes,
No,
they are required.
Actually, they are. Yes.
The company is?
Underneath that, the company.
Yeah, the
No,
sponsor.
the creator.
Not the person
The creator is responsible. Because of the terms of service that they agreed to with monetization, you agree to, yes, they're supposed to.
It's
But
like
not-
the
it's-
what TC laws? Something TC. I can't remember the acronym.
FTC.
FTC
federal,
laws.
Yeah.
You have
FCC,
to
yeah.
you have to do that. And underneath the box that PeePaw is talking about in the back end of YouTube, it says you are required to let YouTube know if it includes a paid sponsorship.
Yep. And if they're not doing that, they're
It's not a
actually
choice.
they're breaking federal law if they're not, indicating that I've got, and I there's like 2 or 3 videos that I watched today from fairly large YouTubers, and none of them popped up with that little indicator saying, hey, this has a paid sponsor in it.
You would think the $40 billion they throw at AI, they could figure it out by now, but
Yeah, well, anyway.
Well, shout out Nicole Raffi, who does put the little box tick.
Yeah.
Appreciate
so
it.
Anyway, I'm all for this, and as a YouTube Red or YouTube Premium subscriber, where do I sign up for this thing? Because I 100% support this. 100%.
I support it as well, and I support it more from not from necessarily a standpoint where like I care whether I see the paid sponsorship or not. I care for it about the principle, right? If it's a law, you can't decide on that. I don't get to decide whether or not I want to follow the law, right? I get in trouble for that, right? So to me, to me, it's like equivalent to like not equivalent to tax evasion. I think that's worse, but like along those lines of like, hey, you can't just decide whether or not you want to pay your taxes. You can't just decide whether or not you want to let people know that it includes a paid sponsorship. Right. So yeah, I think they should be following that because it is law. We've decided that needs to be there. So anyway,
we'll get a resolution in about 5 years.
Well, you're being optimistic as hell. So anyway, so I don't know really where you guys want to go next. We've got a couple of things. You want to do a
Marcus?
Okay. So we kind of didn't do Mark last time, but Mark is sporadic on posting on Facebook or on YouTube. He may be a little bit more prolific over on the TikTok. I don't know, but
his style of content, yeah.
I don't I don't engage with the TikTok too often. And if I do, it's usually like I'm kind of just winding down at the end of the evening, whatever. I'll be kind of stretched out in bed and I'll just kind of be, doom scrolling TikTok a little bit before I go to bed. So I'm not there, necessarily looking for specific creators. I'm just scrolling dumb, stupid things that's on, what is it called? For your page or whatever crap. That's just
For you page?
The FYP people. Jeez.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is. Oh, get off me. Anyway.
Get off me.
So we got a couple, but we have a couple little videos here from Mark. Let's see what Mark.
Do you think you'd be friends with Mark if you knew him?
Mark doesn't want to be friends with PeePaw.
I think so. We're of similar age and and stuff. So I would say we probably have similar interests and what ham. He likes to ramble.
Friends, would you help him?
Yeah.
With his content?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I just wanted to know.
I don't know what I could do to help him other than I would recommend that one.
What are you talking, PeePaw?
What?
Oh.
What?
You could help him. God, you're pissing me off. PeePaw, in 5 years, right? You're gonna bring back this. You're gonna bring back this morning show, this Coffee with PeePaw, all right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna invite Mark on your show, and he's gonna be cooking his breakfast, and you're gonna be reading out the news stories, and you're both gonna be drinking your coffee, and that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Right? That's how you can help him, and that's what's gonna happen.
Well, one of the things I would say that would probably what I would recommend is it's really two simple little things. I would get some sort of little ring stand that has a little light, and you set your phone in it, and set it up like where it would show him as well as whatever it is that he's talking about or what have you. And I would invest, if you want to start off, like if he really wanted to really keep his costs down low, which I could understand that because, I don't know if he's monetized his channel. I don't know if he's getting any kind of revenue at all from it. I don't know the same thing over on TikTok. I don't know if he's monetized it. I don't know if he's getting revenue off of it. I feel like he probably could. Is get one of those little lapel mics that will connect to your phone, and then you're recording the audio, so the audio quality would be a lot better. They got these little lapel mics that Bluetooth connect to the phone, and you can set that up, and it even has the little wind guards on them, right? So it cuts out all the extraneous like noises and things. What they call a pop filter, if you will.
That's what I need for my shoulder, a pop filter, dude.
A pop filter. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. I didn't mean to detract.
No, but I think that's one of the things that I would recommend for him to just do a little bit better. I think it would be a little bit better received.
Try harder.
On his things.
No,
it's not. I don't think that. I think it's just a couple little technology changes that I think would make all the difference in the world on the content that he was able to put out. A little bit better quality. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Just But anyway, we got a couple of them here. This first one says he decided to get Mexican food again. Now we saw where Mark had went to the Mexican, and all we did was got a little video of him just recording inside of the Mexican restaurant.
The floor.
Right?
Video.
Yeah.
The floor.
And then then we had another one where I think he actually got it, went home, but it was not. It just kind of showed it, and that was it. We didn't get a review. Was the food good? Was it bad? Would he recommend it? Nothing, right? So I haven't watched these two videos, so I don't know if he gives us, an actual review this time. Is the food, food good? Is he going to recommend the place? I don't know. But let's see what Mark has to say.
Well, how's everybody doing?
Why does it sound like that?
I get Mexican food again, and you know the drill.
What do you mean?
So anyway, I got steak fajita.
What do you mean? Why does it sound like what?
It's not. I mean, the audio is fine. It sounds like. Why does it just sound different? Does it sound different to you guys, or am I going crazy?
Well, there is a little bit of an echo, but again, this is he's recording it on his phone as he's moving it around and stuff. And depending on how he's holding the phone and where his hand is in relation to the microphone, all that would affects it. See? And that's why I'm saying I think that's why I was like, if we make those two little adjustments I was talking about, I think it'd be, but anyway.
Yes.
Mark, I'm
on refried beans, rice, pico de mayo, all that stuff. The
Pico de Mayo.
Pico de Mayo? Mark.
I love him so much.
Pico de Gallo, my dude. Come on.
Pico de Mayo.
Pico de Gallo, brother. Oh my gosh. And let's back up a second here. I want to back up just a smidge. Where is the onions and peppers?
What even is that? I don't know what that is.
It's a steak fajita.
Oh.
And there's no, where's the onion? Where's the peppers?
The onion.
The onion. You got to have onion in there, Mom.
Onion and pepper.
Well, then don't call it steak fajitas.
Pico de mayo, all that stuff.
Pico de mayo with the mayo.
Got the tortillas right here.
Tortillas.
Got some chips
Tortillas.
and sauces and couple different sauces and stuff in here.
Oh, he's got some
tortillas.
That's what's for dinner tonight. Decided to go Mexican again. So, bon appetit. Let's get ready to eat. Y'all have a good day, and I'll get back with you on the next video.
Thanks, Mark.
Appreciate it.
I love how he lingers for a few seconds every time, dude. Every time. He loves to just linger a little.
Well, okay. Ooh. We don't know what restaurant he got it from. We don't know was it fit to eat or not. These are questions I really felt like he really should have answered, and he didn't. But anyway, all right, Mark.
That's why we're starting a new segment on Stable Enough, where we're going to be giving little reviews. What each of us are going to pick something that week to review. It's going to be a food, a movie, a TV show, a fucking experience you had at the post office, and you're going to review the post office because it especially pissed you off, or maybe it was great. Maybe you had great service at the post office that week. But
are you thinking of Jim Cornette when you say that?
No, I wasn't. I was actually thinking of Peter Mon, but that's also a great example.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check out this next one. And it looks like Mark has went to the Domino's, and he's got a
look at the box though.
Yeah, the box. I don't know what this is, like a promotion or something that Domino's doing. I don't know, but anyway, let's see what we got going.
The box for a second. That's like matte. It's matte black. And like rose gold, dude. That's honestly slick, and I fall for shit like that. I'm a sucker consumer for some stupid shit, right? I'm a human being. I'm fallible, and I don't want Domino's, nor can I even eat Domino's on my diet. But like, that looks sleek as fuck. Anyway, sorry.
No, I agree. It's a very eye-catching box. I could, yeah. Now I wouldn't save it because it's gonna be greasy and shit. But maybe ask Domino's, hey, could I get one before you grease it up with your pepperoni pizza?
People are so popular today.
I'm popular every day. What are you talking about?
All right, press play.
What's going on, TikTok and YouTube land?
That was a good little start.
Yeah.
Well, today I decided to get the special, supposedly special they have at Domino's. You get 7 toppings, like I got before. 7 toppings, but before when I got it a couple times, it was a large. This
the anticipation is killing me.
And really, I paid the same amount I did with a large. And,
yeah, but you got that fancy box, Mark, so it's okay.
I got the Parmesan stuffed pizza with pepperoni, ham, onions, green pepper, sausage, beef. And this pizza medium was $10.79.
I don't like beef.
It was $9.99 plus tax, $10.79.
I never get it.
Yeah. And like I said before, last couple times I got it.
Open it, Mark. I want to
think they
see.
do have a large.
He's not
over
going
there.
to at all.
You're not going to get to see the
I wanna
pizza.
see.
I just don't
I
think you're going
hope
to get to see the
so.
pizza.
Please.
Mark is going to blue ball us. All we're going to get is the box. That's all we're going to get.
We should have got a large because I only.
We never
ordered,
get
like,
how
3
anything
toppings.
tastes. He just shows us.
Yeah,
That's what PeePaw's been saying the whole time.
Sorry.
he used to. He used to when you guys first introduced me to him. When we'd watch his little videos, he would eat it and tell us, it's good, or I'm not going back here, or whatever. It would actually was a review and a rant, right? Sometimes it was a good review, and then sometimes it was a bad review and a rant because it was a bad review because the food was just not no good, or whatever, right? Or sometimes it was a cell phone or a cell phone provider service. I mean, you just don't know with Mark what he's going to review. But here lately, he just shows you the food, and he doesn't actually give us a review on what it tastes like and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Before I try to add like more than so many, and they'll say the pizza wouldn't be good with that many toppings or something. Anyway, here it is. It's what's for dinner tonight.
I bet it would be.
That looks good, but I don't want the beef.
Like I said, it's got
okay. Be back.
What do you think?
Just a smidge. It's not a bad looking, except for one problem.
What? That's the problem.
It's gotten cold
How do you know?
because the cheese is congealed on top. You see how that
Interesting.
cheese is set?
Maybe I'm just used to Domino's looking shitty.
Yeah. Maybe.
But your complaint is he should have been eating this by now. Part of it.
Oh yeah. Also, the meat is not shiny. If it was hot, it would have been shiny. Yes, yeah, you're right, Zero Core. The meat,
True.
yeah, the thing's cold, which is no big deal. I mean, you can put it in your oven and heat it back up, but
Just not in the box, right?
just don't leave it in the box. There can be problems with because the box lid can pop up on the son of a bitch and get up on your burners, and then you got a whole big mess.
like I said, it's got ham.
Yeah.
Let me see. I gotta read it. Cause
He's gonna read it.
1 12-inch Parmesan stuffed pizza with pepperoni, ham, onions, green peppers, sausage, and beef.
See, now he's got onions and green peppers, but I didn't see a damn onion green pepper on that fajita thing he had just a minute ago.
True.
So we know he likes onions and peppers. So I don't know. Maybe there was just not a big abundance. But usually, like, back in the day when I would go and get fajitas, there was usually an abundance of onions and pepper because they're a hell of a lot cheaper than protein, the chicken or the steak or whatever.
Onion and pepper.
Hmm?
Maybe you didn't
what'd
want
you say?
onion and pepper.
He just made fun of you. Did you hear that?
What happened?
You making fun of people. What do you mean? What happened? He does that when he farts too. He's like, "What happened?"
I don't know what
What?
that's about.
And
What if he
like I
doesn't like
said,
onion and pepper?
It claims right.
Then why did he get onion and pepper on his pizza then, there, funny boy?
Maybe he doesn't like it on his fucking fajitas.
That's
Then
what
it
a
ain't
fajita is,
fajitas.
though, yeah.
It's not fajitas. If it
Clearly
ain't got the
is if
grilled
you thought of
onions
a
and pepper.
fajita.
You're a fajita. How about that?
No, I don't have any onions or peppers.
Exactly. That's my point. Thank you for making it.
That's not
Here.
okay.
That's exactly how it works.
Shut up.
I've watched enough of these debate bro YouTubers. That's exactly how it works.
It claims right here.
Yeah,
that,
well, they're dumb.
Well, yes, I agree. What the hell, Mark? You can't.
the pizza
you
was $27.49.
Jesus,
$30?
Mark.
But I don't know if I believe that or not. Even in today's time, I don't know.
Who wants that?
I wouldn't pay. Really myself. I guess I'm cheap or something sometimes. I wouldn't pay $27 or something for this medium pizza.
No, that's not.
They are pretty
that's
good.
Not, okay.
That's what's for dinner tonight. I thought I'd share that with you.
So did he pay the 27 or did he not pay the 27? I'm confused.
I'm confused as well.
Because I would not pay $30 for that tiny ass pizza. Granted, you can get 2 meals out of it, but shit, still.
And it smells pretty good right now. Well, like I said, they got a deal on there.
Look at that big
It's
piece
a large,
of
I believe it
fucking
is. It's a
sausage or
large
beef on
7
the top.
topping
Looks
and
like a poop.
That's Italian sausage, looks like to me.
all for it. It's like $10 or something. So maybe I should have got that because I could have ordered, I could have had a large instead of a medium for a little bit more. Anyway,
Wow.
bon appetit. Get ready. I'm ready to eat.
Get ready. I'm ready.
Okay, Mark. Well, was it good? Did you have to reheat it? Well,
You're not appreciating.
no, I appreciate what Mark's doing. I do. Honestly, I do. But
Get
damn.
ready. I'm ready to eat.
Yeah.
Sold. I'm ready to eat, but I'm not getting shit out of it.
No, you're not.
That's funny. All right. Are we
PeePaw
moving
said
on?
after the stream he's going to buy me a pizza. Yeah, we're moving on.
No, I didn't. And I know I'm not.
Sure you did. Put it on the tape.
All right. So this is a little, I don't know if we'll watch all of it or not, but it's a 9-minute video and it was put out by PBS. PBS Documentaries and Real South, REEL, Real, as like a reel of a videotape or whatever. And in this, they're talking about gas stations that fuel the South. And Nietzsche she had me watch this the other day with her. And she was kind of wanting my opinion on this and how, what was it? How was it you worded it? Was it kind of like accurate? Was this, was this?
Yeah, is this worth showing in terms of it's accuracy? Would you have something to say about it? Because I thought it was an interesting premise, and I think it's
Okay, so there's two different stores that are focused on this in this documentary. So we'll watch a little bit of each. We won't watch the entire thing. And then I'll give my thoughts and opinions after each little segment. And then we'll kind of discuss it as a group, whatever.
Sweet tea.
Sweet time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I love that sound.
Josephine has been working at the cafe on and off since back in the 70s. She's here at 5 a.m. getting the biscuits ready and the gravy ready.
So we open the store every day, no matter.
This is the second group. These are the two different stores. And so when we watch this point here, I think I stopped it probably around the same point in time here. And I said, well, okay, this is going to go one of two ways. If you're not, like, if you're watching this, either here on the live stream in the chat, or if you come back and you catch the VOD afterwards, in very rural parts of the United States, right? In a little bit, you have little communities and stuff. They don't have per se like grocery stores or convenience stores or like little Dollar General stores and things like that. They don't necessarily always have things like that. And what they'll have is what they call like the corner store, or they'll call it the gas station, whatever. And these little stores, and it's one of the things that they brought up in this, is more than likely the only commercial industry in a community of 30, 40, 50 people, right, and that lives in and around it. And it is not just a gas station where they can go get their gas, right, to if they need it is
one-stop shop.
It's a one-stop shop, because they'll have dairy, and they'll have some produce, maybe they'll maybe have some some meat, like they'll have maybe a little deli where you can get some deli meat if you want, or they'll have they'll have a smaller where you might be able to get some chicken or some ground beef or things like that, right? but it's more than just a gas station. It's in a lot of ways it's almost like a heartbeat of a little community like that. Because the guys will come in and they'll give them a cup of coffee, or maybe they'll get them like that you see here, that the beginning scene, that one lady was on the grill there, was cooking eggs, bacon, and he talks about her making biscuits and gravy and things like that. And a lot of guys or people will come in. That's where they get their breakfast every morning, and they talk with the other members of the community and stuff like that. And so it's a very intricate, much needed little heartbeat in these little communities. And then it shows the second one, and of course you can tell they're not from southern United States. They're from India. And that's something that I noticed in my travels. A lot of people are immigrating to the United States, and they'll come in and they will buy out these little mom and pop businesses like that and take over and the business and industry. And it can go one or two ways. They come in and they're very stiff as far as they want to do things their way, and rightfully so. It's their business. They can do it the way they want to do. But they don't come in and they don't truly understand the integral part that these little gas stations like this are to small communities like that. And so they're unwilling to understand the culture that is these little stores. They're unwilling to even try to understand. They just think it's strictly a business, and it's not. It's not just strictly a business. It's more than that. We had a little convenience store, a little corner store here in the community where I'm at, and we had this happen. And the people came in. They did not make any effort at all to try to understand the people. They didn't make any effort to try to understand the cultural importance of that, little store and what it meant to the community. And so it's not good, right?
Hey,
They're very
Brick.
rude. They're very,
Brick.
they were rude to people.
Brick, we are live. Brick, we're live. Brick, we're live. Brick, we're live. Brick, we're live. Brick, would you like to respond? Okay, hi. Do you understand that you are live right now?
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, what happened? Okay. So anyway, they it didn't go so well for them. And anyway, business fell off because, like I said, they just made no effort. Now, I was glad to see in this video that's not what happened at all. And I was even glad to see that they started incorporating some of their
I taught PeePaw what a samosa was today.
Yeah, a samosa. But they started incorporating their food and stuff as an offering. They kept the standard stuff that they were offering, but then they started introducing some of their culture too. And I think that's wonderful. And I think that's great. And
Rick, are you high? He's muted. And he just like slowly started turning his hat. And it freaked me out. He was like making eye contact with the camera too.
Yeah.
Like Indian food or like Girl Scouts food, like the
Yes.
cookies. Is
Yes.
that a cookie?
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't know it was a cookie.
Are you talking about Samoas? Because that's not the same thing, Rick.
All the same, Rib.
It's all the same.
Yeah,
Okay, it's all the
the
same.
smile Brick has on his face right now.
There's a joke I could make, but it's not my channel, so I'm not gonna make it. That's never mind. Hold my tongue.
Well, if it's not racial, I don't care.
It's definitely racial. Look at it. Look at his face. I can't. I'm high right now, and I can't look at Brick. It's just gonna sit here and laugh the whole time.
All right, well, you sit here and laugh.
He's like in highlighter fucking yellow as well, which is also
So anyway,
okay.
But anyway, this is it was a good little video. I enjoyed the video. I don't know if we need to watch any more or whatever. I guess we can watch a
He
little bit of it. Sure.
like 30 seconds. You know, I mean, if you want to move on, if you have a topic you want to move on to, we can.
No, not necessarily.
We are here 17 years now. Never close one a day or 1 hour late.
I like
never.
options. I like a lot of food, so.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as we can compromise, we can all be one big happy family.
To be open early really shows the community that we're here for them. It's a place they can come. It's a place they know. I hope that they remember.
Now, did you see that?
A place they can come. It's a place they know.
Right there. Now, you see those old men sitting back there in that corner? You know what that is? That is the official gathering spot for the DPCs. And every little gas station or every little corner store like this has a designated spot where, and they all have their own branch of the DPCs. And these old men get in there and they solve the community problems for that day. And if you don't know what a DPC is, it's the Dead Peckers Club.
I hope that they remember that we were always here for them.
Do you wanna play the part that had you think like, okay, this is actually a good representation of people coming into community and making the effort that you were talking about? Because that's probably the most important part of this whole, and then we can move on because
Okay, great. Some customer comes and asks me, do you have any vegetarian? I say, oh, my friend, I'm sorry, I don't have it. My mother-in-law say, why you not start a samosa? I say, yes, Mama, you tell me right, let me do that.
Yeah.
This is my mother-in-law's recipe, is the best recipe.
These are fresh out of the fryer.
Fried, yes. Yes, yes.
It looks so good. I want to buy it.
Don't burn.
This.
So that's the process. You know, so they did start introducing some of their own stuff, and people can come in and do it and stuff, and I think that's great. But they are there for, you know, they said that he'd been there for 15 years, and you can see it's a very active, very busy. You know, people are coming in, you know, through the door. I mean, so that's a good sign that they didn't come in and just start saying and trying to do things their way. You know,
there was a different part where where she was talking about how she was learning how to make the food that the people in the town wanted, where the eggs and different things that
maybe this is it here. We'll see. Maybe this is the
My
go
first
back a
day
little.
in
No, we're good.
calendar, I had no clue about bacon, sausage. I'm vegetarian person and I'm working on here. And I was like a student. I was taking my book and my pen. The old owner, she was teaching me so many things. I know now how to handle any kind of meat and vegetables and any food.
So yeah, that was the part where you had said, okay, that's great. Cause like, cause I was saying like, I'd rather almost people not cook what they don't eat, right? I feel like in order to, unless you're a fucking chef where you're having to cook a lot for people in your life that don't eat the same way as you don't know how to cook something unless you eat it, right?
Well, see,
a lot of the time.
Well, she's not going to eat pork. because she's
Well,
vegetarian,
no, right? But and that's why I'm saying I think if you are going to cook those things and you don't eat them if you're a vegetarian, right? Things
Yeah.
like that culturally, whatever, you're not exposed to it. How
Sure.
she approached it with, like she said, I got out my fucking notebook and I watched and I learned. And she had and more than that, she had a want to learn. She had a willingness to get to know the community, cook the food the community eats, and like that willingness and want makes the difference, right?
And she was smart, right? She was smart, or they were smart. Her husband, and because it was her husband, I think, and her brother or brother-in-law that came in and to do this business venture. They understood they understood that they had to be sensitive, or they had to understand and learn some of the things that that the community needs or wants from that business. And it wasn't just coming in and just to say it's our way or the highway. And so they were smart, and so I was like, yes, I was glad to see that. And it was instead of like being this real rigid, sturdy oak tree, they were more like a willow, and they bent and they and then they were able to actually also introduce some of their and people. And the thing of it is like I was telling you, people, especially like my generation, a lot of people in my generation and in the older generation, we kind of get used to certain foods. Like we want meat and taters, and a few vegetables and stuff maybe, and that's about it. We don't really. And so when you start trying to introduce us to things that we're like, we're a little bit pushback on that. We don't, and I guess I'm lucky enough that I was brave enough to start trying some of these different cuisines from like India and Middle Eastern and some of these other, and it's the same proteins a lot of times and a lot of the same vegetables. It's just different spice melodies that they use, right? And it puts a little bit of a spin on the, and I tell you, I've come to where I really like a lot of the Indian food, like tikka masala, butter chicken, the saffron rice, all that stuff. Man, it's good stuff. The kebabs, chicken shawarma, God, it's just all that. It's just I love all that stuff, and it's good. And so, if you never had any of that stuff, man, you get an opportunity to try it. I would tell you try it. You might just ask them to tame it down a little bit. Some of that stuff can be a little bit spicy, and if you're like me,
find people in your area if you're ever wanting good recommendations. You don't have to know the person in person, but look online for people that are from that place, right? From like Japanese people, Indian people, Persian people. If there's a cuisine that you want to try, to go online, or if you have people in your life at work or wherever, and ask them where they go, right? And then you'll find the places that are the best representation of that food, right? And not just thrown together random bullshit. Are we moving on?
I think
God.
so.
Okay. Is this...
So what is this that you've got for
this
us
just
here,
irked me and bothered me the other day. I'll just you need to just hit play and I'll get your reaction.
Just added BYOB, so I asked them to.
Make me something! I got you.
They went straight to work, cooking up juicy carne asada. First, they added shredded cheese, then drizzled in more cheese. This was a 3-person job, so Lucas had to help. Then they loaded in the steaming hot asada, freshly chopped pico and sour cream into our humongous chip bag. Holy chipocalypse, now that's a meal. Would you try this? Let me know in the comments. My favorite food.
Do you know that went to waste? Like half of that shit.
Yes.
And again, not to sound on like a fucking high horse, but like you can make this content, and I guess it's an example of like this. Okay, we were watching this video earlier about, funnily enough, Babish and funnily the guy that Brick looks like, Josh Wines, what Josh
Weissman.
Epstein.
Weissman. I was gonna say Weinstein. Or whatever, and like the corporatization and how they moved from cooking and having soul in their content to like the slop, right? And the slop demands shit like this, where it's like excess, biggest, but at the same time though, okay, I sit there and watch like reel after reel of that guy who makes potatoes, and it's just guy making simple potatoes for someone who's ordered it and is gonna eat it. So like, and people, like millions of people watch those potato guys, and there's a billion different versions of those guys and make various foods and short form content. And it's nice. It's just like on your break, or you're taking a shit, or you're doing whatever you got to do. Good little content to scroll through. That Japan Eats or Japan Eat or whatever the fuck channel. Another great example. He just goes places, he orders his little food. It's very calming, relaxing. Why did all that food need to go to waste?
I don't know. But yes, to your point, I think when people do this type of just for social media clicks or whatever it is, it's I don't know how many views this thing gets. Is there a way to see how many views this thing?
I always just look at the likes and then I go from there.
So it's got 3,800 comments on this thing. It's
Holy
got
shit.
Here. I believe they'd ever back. Okay, so they replied. It looked like they replied to it. Did they not? I guess they did, and I thought, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, they did reply. Says, you know what? Not a single chip was left.
Oh yeah, you know. Oh, okay.
Have a good night. What the hell?
My favorite.
So
yeah, this type of stuff does kind of irritate me because I do feel like it's wasteful.
Well, and it just, and like I said, you don't need to go buy a human-sized bag of cheesies and do this shit to get views. Like that Japan Eats guy, the Spud guys, they all get millions of views. Well, I don't know about whatever. They get fuck tons of views. I don't know how many views they get. Probably millions.
So this thing got 1.1 million views.
Do you know the Spud guy? Can we compare it to that and see if I don't know what their channel name is? Or Japan Eat, whatever guy. Why can't we see views on shorts without extensions? That's weird. I don't understand the point in that.
That's pretty weird.
This is right here, what you're talking about right here.
Yeah,
like
the guys that do the potatoes.
Well, we've got small, medium,
yeah, the Spud Brothers.
large, or we've got the extra large. Oh, I'll go for extra large.
How many? I just want to know how many views this has to like see if my
this one?
yeah.
So this one's got 30 million
views. So they get
views.
more. So they get more.
Yeah.
So like honestly, what do you don't need to be wasteful to get views. That's my point proven. Case closed. I'm right. You don't need to be a jerk off and waste a bunch of food and do all this crazy shit. You can literally just make a potato and serve it to somebody.
And look at the size of that tater. That is a honking ass tater.
That's a big tater, dude. That's
a big damn tater. And watch what they when I sit there and watch these guys make these taters, like how they cream them up, and they put like 5 pounds of the good Irish butter in there, right? That's that.
Calories of butter.
Cheese first.
10 million calories just in butter.
I'll put a bit of salt on
there. Yeah, throw the salt in there too, because we ain't worried about our arteries at this point.
Sorry, pepper. Pepper.
Oh, 5. Oh yeah, here we go. 10 pounds of cheese. Both kinds of cheese, because we don't want to poop. Oh, now we got beans on the damn thing. What the beans?
The beans sound good, but the tuna is weird.
Tuna? There was no tuna. They didn't put tuna.
No, but I know, but they also offer tuna.
Oh, they do tuna on it?
Yeah, and some people get beans and tuna, and I'm like, that's British as fuck and weird.
Yeah, that's...
Anything else, mate? I don't think I'll need any more. That'll be £50, please.
Yeah, some peas.
There you go. Cash or card? What size spuds are you?
It runs away.
But yeah, to your point, yeah, it's just better quality content, period. So, all right, Toxic, your 2 topics for today. The first one is about a Ford auto worker who was fired because he allegedly stole $1.95 cookie.
See, this is what I know. This looks like a slop story, right? It's typical slop story.
Yep.
This is what we need to be talking about. This is a big deal. No. Hear me out. About a month ago, I think even on this show we might have mentioned it. I don't think we did a whole thing on it. Ford was in the news, weren't they, PeePaw?
Okay.
They were. So we're gonna take my word for it. Okay.
They were.
Ford was in the news because they originally fired a bunch of people and replaced them with AI.
Yes, because the AI. Yes, that's correct. Yes.
And
You're
then
right.
about a month or so ago, maybe 2, because who can keep track of time anymore? They realized that AI can't do what humans can do. They can't be as, what's the word I'm looking for? Help. Hurry. They can't be as fucking sufficient, I guess. I don't know. Thanks. You let me drown. Efficient. Well, yeah.
Well, you can probably figure out what word that would be.
It's okay.
Yeah, like an AI could probably do that topic.
Well, no. The reason why they had to hire the engineers back was because the AI could not get the measurements down to the degree of
accuracy,
precision that they needed it to get down to.
Precision, yes, that one too.
Yeah.
And humans better than AI. They got some good press. People were very happy. Humans, human jobs, good, right?
Sure.
And then this comes out.
Okay.
Isn't this a bit ridiculous?
Yeah, so let's read the story here real quick, just so we give full context. As a Ford employee says he lost his job after being accused of stealing a $1.95 cookie, only for the company to later realize he actually had paid for it. A 60-year-old Kurt Kromm, 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 had worked at Ford's Kentucky truck plant for 11 years. But
11 years, PeePaw.
Yep.
What were you doing 11 years ago?
I was working at a school district.
A long time ago. It's a long time ago, PeePaw.
He told
what were you
Shifting
doing?
Gears.
Sorry.
What was you doing?
You don't want me to answer that question. Move on.
Yeah. But told Shifting Gears he was fired after the company believes security footage showed him taking a cookie from the break room without paying. Kromm, who is diabetic, said he bought the cookie during an overnight shift after his
Oh, I get it. Okay, sorry.
After his blood sugar dropped, and when the first self-checkout appeared to reject his debit card, he used a second kiosk before heading back to work. Days later, he was called into a meeting and told Ford intended to terminate his employment. They got you on video stealing a cookie, Kromm said. A union representative told him before, adding, I earned over $200,000 last year. Why would I steal? He said I spent $1,200 last year alone just on Diet Cokes.
Holy shit.
The 60-year-old said he was stunned by the accusation, later checked his bank records where he found a $1.95 charge matching the purchase. I'm thinking this is the way my career at Ford Motor is going to end. He continued, first you tell me I'm a thief, and then you tell me I'm a liar for saying I didn't steal. So, after Kromm submitted screenshots of the transaction, Ford confirmed the payment with a company that operates the break room kiosk and conceded that he had, in fact, bought the cookie. The manufacturer later offered him his job back and agreed to provide back pay for the time he'd spent out of work, but he chose to take a new job elsewhere.
Too. So they had access to that the entire time. He didn't have to match it and get the screenshot and all that. They're just being a pain in the dick.
Yeah.
A pain in the dick.
Yep. Pain in the dick.
Yep.
Fuck you, Ford. You're my new #1 enemy for the week.
Are you?
For the week.
Yeah, we'll find someone else next week.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm. I do think Toxic is spot on this one.
Like always. Thank you.
Not always.
Tell me
No.
about it. Appreciate it.
Don't
You know,
start getting a
Toxic,
big
I'm
head
gonna
here.
buy a Ford now.
Thanks,
Just fuck
Q-Tip.
you.
Yeah.
Dirty
Yeah,
Q-Tip.
Ford is base. Ford is base.
So Ford's base.
That guy should have been fired.
You know, honestly, the guy probably honestly should have, and I'm not like a one of these guys you should sue a drop of a hat type of guys. But I think a situation like this, I might have looked at some sort of litigation, right? Because they said he was a thief. They said he stole, and he didn't. You know, and
Okay, but Rib,
yeah,
it's $1.95. Like,
it's
I
but okay,
understand.
I
An
understand.
11-year job.
It's not
They
about
offered him
the
his
dollar.
job back.
Okay, but hang on. It's not about $1.95 cookie. That's not it. They disparaged his character. They said he was a liar. They said he was a thief. They disparaged his character. That's slander. And so, you know,
It's awful.
and
Also,
why would
would have been wrongful termination.
wrongful termination too, right? There's, like I said, and I'm not one of these guys that say, "Oh, sue." I'm just quite the opposite most of the times. I think that's stupid. Why are you suing? But in a situation like this, and I don't blame the guy one bit for not going back to work there, right? After you had spent 11 years working.
Nah, you know, I think this is just a case of this guy's a snowflake. I think this generation of people, they cannot, you know, they get slighted as a toxic masculinity. Another example of Riv. He should have just went back to work and kept making fours, and nobody would have
Suck
had
it up.
any issue.
Just brush it
They
off.
they
move on.
offered him an apology, and he cried all the way home. Went wee all the way home.
And
That's
then
what he
get
did.
fired literally
And
next
now we're
week
reading
for
about
something
him
else.
and said he should be going to work in the plant. That's what he should be doing. And that's my TED Talk.
Did you miss the part where the guy was 60 years old?
Yeah, you're right. He only has about 12 good years of work left in him. He better get back to work in that Ford plant. Who's gonna be making them trucks? Unfacetiously, there actually is a problem. If you want to talk, if you want to say things that are a problem, that generation is just dropping out of the workplace before they can replace the next generation. Like, there's a lot of institutional knowledge of guys, and I hear it across a lot of industries, not just auto manufacturing, of guys who are dropping out without their replacements coming up, and that's really
whose
bad.
fault
actually,
is that? Whose fault is that, Brick?
I mean, whose fault is that? The guys who are leaving before they teach an apprentice. Like, it's your job to teach the next generation.
So you think it's my generation's fault that we're retiring, and there's no one to take our spots. So that's our fault.
It's a little bit, yeah. I mean, who raised the kids that are supposed to be taking their the spots?
Well,
the streets.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, you're kind of right. The streets did raise a lot of people, and a lot of kids, a lot of people my age don't want to have responsibility. Yeah, man, I see it. I see some people who you're like, why don't you have your shit together? It should be, they should. I agree, Riv. Like, you should be able to retire, but there's a problem when it's on both. It's on both, right? People aren't going into it, but also, there's. I feel like the master teaches the apprentice. That's kind of the way it's supposed to be. But for example, I worked in a job, right, where
horses.
in a previous job when I used to work in a cabinetry factory, all the older guys who were there, it used to be a unionized facility, and they took a payout, and they got paid about like $1,000 to $2,000 more per week because the shop deunionized, and any new guys wouldn't make good money. versus when they started, it was unionized. So of course nobody stayed and nobody, was able to be taught by the older guys because the pay was shit because the older guys were making all the money. And whose fault is that? Am I supposed to stay and work for charity?
Isn't that more of a problem of like your field's like structure and like how you decide who gets what and how like the seniority, right? If you like seniority is across all jobs, right? Even a Walmart, right? The people that have been working at Walmart for like 15 years make more than Buddy Guy who started last week, right? So, and that's based on your experience, your loyalty to that company, your all of the things that you've done for that company over the years, right? So like if that's the case, then of course the man who's 50 60 years old has put in that dues, right, to make that amount over those years, right?
Well, sure. Nobody denies that you should be paid for your experience, but I think the issue is that currently none of the wages have kept up with inflation. Our generation makes is like not even arguably. Oh, my face is falling off. Our generation is like poorer than any other generation like before me, and that's like a fact. We have
You
more
look
bills. We have
like
more
somebody right
liabilities.
now. You look like a douchebag rapper type of guy, and I don't know who it is.
Oh,
Anyway,
what?
go
Just
off,
because I'm
sis.
arguing for class equality, you're gonna go and attack my character now?
What does
Yeah,
your
typical.
hat say? It's too small. Anyway, PeePaw, go off.
I'm not going to go off. I just think that a lot of the reason, and Brick is right. I seen a thing the other
Wow.
day, an article where it was talking about how, especially in the skilled trades market, that like the last 2 or 3 generations, they're just not going into the skilled trades, and so
Yeah, it's a problem.
we have a huge, and here's and it is it's kind of like a chicken and an egg type scenario because it's like the schools are teaching the kids go to college. Well, there's nothing wrong going to college. You have to be very select in what it is that you're going to get an education in at the college, right? Because
Well, I'd make
way
the
too many,
argument that sure. Sorry, Riv.
far too many of them go in and they get degrees in things that's just not marketable, and then they've got like just crippling debt when they get out. That between trying to make their student loan paybacks, and trying to find some place to rent or whatever, it's just it's so crushing, right? And so many of them are having to move back in with their parents, which they don't want to do, right?
I think the
And they're
highest
not,
ever
yeah,
currently.
and they're not able to find any type of jobs in whatever it is that they got a degree in, and so they're stuck working in retail or they're stuck working in fast food or something of that nature. And there's just no real money there, and so it's really impossible for them to get a leg up. So what really needs to be happening is that the schools need to be encouraging these young people to go into the trades, right? So to go into like nursing, to go into electricians, to go into plumbing, to go into HVAC, to go into construction, right? I'm like, I know, just here
It's not
in
even
this,
that. It's more skilled trades than that. I've noticed it in the more niche trades, right? Like a lot of manufacturing, right, is the biggest
sure,
issue. Now, because if you look at it this way, like American manufacturing has been declining and declining and declining. The guys who are 60s and 70s now, who are looking to retire,
yeah,
they were taught by guys who grew up in the 40s and 50s, and were taught by the
yeah,
guys who, institutional knowledge that you can't teach in a book. You know what I mean?
sure.
And
That's what
losing
like,
that is,
well, see,
and that's
that's
like the valuation of college degrees and jobs to blue collar jobs have been extremely skewed, and as a result, people look. It's just economics, supply and demand. If you can make a ton of money working at McDonald's, everybody to work at McDonald's. You know, it's just the case.
Can I say one thing, PeePaw, before you go? It's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
very
go ahead.
quick. I'm wondering, is this a problem of like younger than Brick and I? Because most of the people that I know from high school went into nursing, trades, all that stuff. But I don't think people a little younger, we're not talking like anything more than like 5-10 years, right? Most of those people, I think it started becoming less common to push that here in Canada anyway.
Yeah.
In school, for sure. I think they started pushing more of like computer science stuff, like really learning more about tech.
And those
Rather
people are
than
out of jobs,
trades.
a lot of them now. Which is,
Well,
I know people who had tech jobs who were coders.
however,
It sucks.
However, for my kids currently that I work with, this is my last thing, and then I'm gonna shut up. That my kids almost exclusively what's marketed to them and what will be including what's paid for training, like paid for training and certificates, all that stuff, including like you get paid to do it and they provide you lunch, is all trades, nursing, some computer security. They want people in that like that type of field, and that's being really pushed, and my kids are more so doing that. However, those are not kids that are representative of all kids, right? I work with a very specific population of kids, and they are not white middle class like mainstream schooled kids. They are kids that are like at risk, and like minority youth, things like that, which is great because that gives them that leg up. I'm just wondering like if those same programs are not being marketed to everybody type of thing. It's just interesting.
Sure. So my personal experience is this. Now I do IT and have been doing it for over 30 years. And the type of job that I've done now, or that I am doing now, is one that I taught myself because there was no school. Like, so if you go to school today and you go to get a degree in computer sciences, what they're going to teach you how to do primarily is coding, right? So you can code websites or this, that, what have you, right? But to do what I do, which is more on the user support side, which is maintaining user accounts, dealing with their emails, software applications and things like that for their computers and stuff. They don't teach you that. They don't. There's nothing at all in colleges, or I'd even dare say even trade schools. If you go to like a trade school for electronics, that teach you this stuff, right? They just don't teach you. And so to Brick's point, there is a problem. The generation that I'm in, which is the older Gen X, where we are rapidly approaching retirement age, right? And so finding somebody to come in, right, to do what we do is kind of challenging in a way, because if they come out of college and they've got a degree in computer science, and we sit here and we start trying to teach them how to do what we do, they're at a loss because they don't understand the terminology. They don't, because that's not something that is being taught to them in school, right? And so it's like they're taught how to use a straight screwdriver, and we're over here trying to tell them how to use a Phillips screwdriver, and they're just befuddled. I know that another big thing, like if you get out of the IT industry, right? So if you in IT, like you brought up the security, right? Doing cybersecurity, things like that. Now that is something that they are teaching in college and stuff today. But in conversations like I've had with my youngest son, who is a cybersecurity, that's what he went to school for, and that's what he's doing. He said the problem is that, and I don't, this is not, I don't think necessarily so much the college's fault, but because that is such a fast transforming technology, that what they're teaching in colleges is so obsolete, so that when the students get out and, okay, I've got a bachelor's degree, or I've got a master's degree, it's basically the knowledge they have is so dated, right? That they're like, they go into if they get a job to go into a corporate, for on corporate level to do cybersecurity, they have to train them and get them up to speed, right? And so they're behind the gun, and I could see how that would be so frustrating for them. I know with my son, he talked about it. He was smart enough that through his own and encouragement from me, I kept trying to tell him, you need to be doing this stuff on your own. What they're teaching you in college is fine, but you need to be out here reading articles, and you need to be watching, videos, and you need to set up your own lab at home, and you need to be doing all this stuff way ahead of all this stuff, because I said that's the only way to stay current, right? And so there's that. Now, if going to talk about my other son, he went into where he's a machinist, and he went in and apprenticed, through a company and so on and so forth. And he said one of the things that was struggling the hardest is they would have, people coming in that was entering into these entry level positions and stuff, that they couldn't read a tape rule, a tape measure. They didn't know, they couldn't read,
You learn that in elementary school.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to, right? And they didn't know how to do fractional mathematics, right? To be able to just go, okay, is it a 32nd? This is a 64th. How do we, because when you're doing that type of work, when you're manufacturing, and you have to get it down to that level of measurement, because it has to be that precise,
Yeah.
And that was the problem, was these young people were coming in, they couldn't read a tape measure, they couldn't read a tape ruler and stuff. So here's the problem. So Brick is right in a sense. My generation is getting ready to retire. We've done our 30 plus years of doing the whatever career field it is we're doing, and we're going to the house. It's y'all's. The problem is the millennials and the Ys and the Zs haven't come in, and they're not either they didn't look at those as career paths, especially in the trades. And so that's why when you try to get someone to come out and look at your air conditioning, or to whatever it is, it costs you an arm and a leg, because it's high demand and very little supply. I would encourage anybody, if you're just starting out in life, or but whatever, maybe you're 30 something and you're like, I want a career change, look at the trades. Go learn how to do to drive heavy equipment. Go learn how to do HVAC or electrical or plumbing, anything like that, because the job market is astronomical, wide open, and they're needing more and more people, because the guys who were doing this stuff, that's doing the crafts like that, the trades, they're retiring, right? You want to be your own boss, you want to make that's the area to go into, because those things are getting wide open.
Well, and I think it's a problem of it, because why do people go into certain fields, right? Either you're passionate about it, or you make a lot of money. And I understand, and I'm not advocating for more pay. I'm advocating for the incentivization and the advertising of that through paid for work programs, right? You go to the high schools and you say, look, this is what you could make in this field by the time you're this age. This is a paid opportunity where you go with these people over the summer or wherever, and then by the time you graduate, we will guarantee you a position with our company, right? And you stay with that company for 5 years, 10 years. Here's what you could have, and have people that come in, that work in there, come in there and advertise that. And I'm not saying the companies themselves, I'm saying the governments wherever, that people that are trying to get more people in this field do that, right? I'm not saying every kid in that fucking classroom is going to say hell yeah, but there will be 4 or 5 kids in that school or that class, hopefully, that will say, "Oh, sure, I'll take that opportunity." Right? Especially if
No,
it's a
no,
paid for program. And you don't need to give a big payout either. Kids will do stuff for gift cards. Kids will
Nope,
do
you're wrong.
stuff for free pizza, right? Kids will, like, at least my
You have the
kids.
wrong idea. You have the wrong idea, Nietzsche. You're totally wrong, respectfully.
Okay, go off, sis.
You gotta make kids, when they're in middle school, work in factories for free. That way, by the time they get out of middle school, they realize how shitty it is to work a dumb, stupid manual labor job. And then you teach them about, hey, you can go and be your own, you can go work, do construction, do a trade, do a nice job. You know what I mean? And then they're like, holy shit, I don't want to do that. But now what we do is, like, kids get like 3 or 4 graduations before they're even in high school, and everybody is, no child left behind. And, and then they get out of college, like high school, and they want to go to college, and and they're like, oh, cool, what do I want to do? And it's like, I don't know. Now, if people were fearful of working in factories, they need to, pay more attention in school and go and do stuff like that. Just saying.
Well,
but I also agree with toxic.
I don't know where this whole what are they not teaching in school thing happened. Because my generation, we were taught cursive and we were taught all this extra shit. What's happening?
I don't know.
Wait, how were you taught cursive? What?
Well, they attempted with me. That was a different story. But there was a whole fucking thing about cursive.
Cursive.
Yeah. It's like literally, like, we had like a whole little period for a little bit in elementary school where we would learn cursive. So I don't know what the fuck happened. It's my generation. I don't know what the other schools are doing. I don't know what the other states were doing. Fucking, we did it all. We did it all. Now, whether the kids pay attention and listen, that's a whole other thing that the parents got to figure out.
I think
But
that's. I think
were taught.
that's. I do think the schools are teaching. I do think. Okay, to Toxic's point, it is being taught, right? Cursive writing is still being taught, but the kids are just not. Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that.
If you're going to give up, don't be a teacher.
Yeah, that's more of the problem, right? When you start assuming that kids don't care, and when you start assuming that, oh, it's just them, and that it's never gonna be blah 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 blah, kids will take on that mindset as well, and they will just give up. But in reality, like, the kids are no different than kids back then. It's still human beings, and human beings do have a desire and a want to learn, but you need to
kids
be
are lazy, evil creatures.
enthusiastic and not give up on them before they've had a proper chance.
You also, you can't teach them. Maybe this is being a little extra, but a notebook and a pen and sitting there for an hour is not how you teach today's kids cursive, because they're not going to pay attention and they're just going to fuck off. They have short attention spans, and sitting there.
See, I don't even like that either.
Paper.
I don't even like that either. I've been, when you decide something about a group of people, or you decide something about anybody, and that's the perspective you're working from, is they're not going to care, they're not going to understand, then that's the way it's going to be. And it might even be true, right? A lot, like, sometimes they're not going to care. Sometimes it's going to be difficult to get them to invest in something, right? But if you decide that, then it will be that way. And that's not a
Which is why you should
crazy
make them work in
concept.
factories.
Huh?
Which is why you should make them work in factories. Make them make gravel out of big rocks into small rocks with hammers. You know what I mean? Incentivize them to go and do something with their life.
It's the problem I have with everything today. It's like, people don't understand. Like, when you've decided something, then you.
In all fairness, without being facetious, if agreeing with Nietzsche here, taking her point further, if if you the adults, if the generations who are in charge of the world, who make the decisions, who vote, who go to the PTA meetings, who go and pay the college tuitions, who go and have graduated and have ability to go and then influence the society around them. If the answer to when the kids come out fucked up and have no desire to go do anything is it's the kids' fault, that's just they've completely failed because they created the world around them and now the kids are coming out fucked up. Well, obviously, if your parents fucked you up, you know what I mean? Like it's just the situation
I don't
is
care
there's a
who. I don't
world
care
created
who.
that. No, but no. But what I'm saying is there is a reason why why people aren't doing this because they just are scumbags. Like you can't just go and apply a negative connotation to people. People do this because the factors that are influencing them make decisions that say, hey, this is not worth my time. And if we live in a society where the, normal get a job, be able to pay for yourself, go and, have, whatever you view as a productive member of society, if people aren't doing that because they're too busy doing whatever the fuck else, right? Then we've failed. We've failed to create a society that gets people to the age of 18 with the understanding that, hey, you're 18, you have the ability to go and better yourself and make money and go and live your dream. Go at it. And when kids aren't doing that in mass, well then, hey, there's something wrong. Whether it's the education system, whether it's the reward they get, right? Like back in the day, there's the whole meme that boomers used to, my nose being caught, that boomers used to be able to just go and get a job in the factory and get 2 cars and a house and a boat and go on vacations. Like you can't do that anymore. Like you can't do that even with like the jobs that pay well that people went to college for. Like people who I know who have college degrees, who have like good jobs, who are in their 30s now, are not living the lifestyle of people 40, 50 years ago. And it's just straight up. It's not the same lifestyle. We're working the same amount of hours. We're applying ourselves. And so if you're really smart and you're applying yourself and you're not getting that far ahead, and then you're just the average Joe who didn't get a chance to go to college, who may not have the best access to resources around them, sees that these people are fucking off, are not doing so well, and they're supposedly smarter and well off and better off than I am, and they're barely making it. Well, then fuck it. I'm just not gonna, do anything. I'm just gonna go and do the bare minimum. Go work at some job. Don't get a job. Like there's the amount of kids, in the generation of like 30 and below who don't have cars or licenses, and they should. You know, it's interesting. You know what I mean? Like some people don't need it, right? But there's a lot of people who I've noticed who come into this category of NEET or failure to launch or whatever, right? And you look at that and you say, well, why is that happening? And I don't think it's easy. It's easy just to blame the person who is the outcome, but that person is just the result of all the things in their life that made them that way, you know.
Either
And we have that system
avoiding
in place.
To me, the most productive thing in the world is to not point fingers and blame. It is to move forward, right? And so instead of placing blame, my brain is starting to like shut down because we've been doing this for like 2 hours now. But like instead of placing blame, we need to move forward. We need to figure out a solution, and we need to incentivize things that allow people to be productive, to have a
You know who I blame?
chance. Well, go off, sis.
I was asking if you know who I blame. Tox, who do you blame? It's funny to blame people. Come on. Like I blame Mariah Carey. No reason. So I blame her. Easier that way.
It's okay. I found the rest of my point. I found the rest of my point. I'm gonna lose it. The most productive things to get rid of are placing blame and then also assuming how people are, or assuming that they're not gonna want to do things, or assuming that they just don't care, or assuming that people are going to be lazy. Those are not solutions. Blaming previous generations and assuming things about the next are not productive places to be. They are just tools of division meant to keep people separated and avoid people from actually having the power to change their own circumstances. And that's the end of my speech.
I also blame Green Day, like the entire band.
PeePaw, final thoughts?
Just I would really strongly encourage people to look at the trades. You know, there's really good money to be made there, and the overhead cost to get the skill is not crushing debt wise like it is for say a college degree. So because a lot of times you just get on and you don't necessarily have to, you know, unless you're going into something like HVAC, then yeah, you got to go to school for that to learn the but a lot of times you can do that and work as an apprentice, right? So it kind of goes hand in hand. So I've got a nephew that's doing that right now. He's got a job doing HVAC work and he's also going to school. And some companies will even pay you to go get the certifications and the trade, you know, to the licensing to do those skilled jobs. So, you know, something to consider. So, last little thing. This is one that
wait, you just skipped toxic.
No, I didn't.
Wow, toxic.
I don't blame anyone.
Who do you hate?
I don't blame anyone. I think it's kind of everyone's fault. We're all kind of just trying to figure out life. So, yeah.
I'll tell you who I blame. I blame I blame these YouTube creators that do these prank content. That's who I blame. The YouTube prankers.
We should all just blame them.
That's a good person to blame too. I like that.
Yeah,
I can take it.
Speaking of which, this guy here, a 34-year-old man arrested after filming himself doing a drive-by with high-powered motorized water guns.
Oh shit! Sorry to do this to your cute ass, but sorry. Hey, I get the chance. Sonic and Knuckles, motherfucker.
So anyway, this guy was doing that.
It could have been a real gun.
Yeah. Anyway, he was charged with 2 counts of assault causing bodily injury after targeting homeless and disabled people in Houston.
Oh, that's not fair. You can't do that.
He sprayed them with a high-powered
for targeting homeless and disabled people. We have a homeless and disabled problem in this country.
Yeah, well, okay.
Cleaning up the streets, literally.
So, yeah.
He was cleaning.
He's just, you know, I don't know. This is kind of one of those deals where it's really hot right now down in Houston.
Yeah, he's cooling off.
So, you know, I think, but, you know, you drive down the road and you see something pointed at you. You don't know if it's, you know, this day and age.
Especially if you're up in the hood, dude. That would be terrifying to some people.
Exactly. You know, and, I think
It's
there's
also very
other
dumb
things
to
you could
do.
do. It's a very dumb thing to do. And, you know.
Well, who's gonna...
But
I think this man is a genius and a scholar. I think you guys are. We're talking about him. All right, he's viral. He did it. He made it. Okay.
I think it's really funny. I think it would be funnier if it weren't targeting certain populations. I think it would be funnier if they weren't high powered and like hurting people. If they were just, you know, little squirt guns or whatever. And I think it'd be more funny if we're doing this in a neighborhood where people are not likely to be worried about being shot in drive-by shootings. That
You know what he
all of
should
those
have done?
circumstances would be way funnier.
What he should have done is he should have drove down, went to like a real like more urban, or not urban, but suburbia type thing, where there's like old men sitting on the front porch,
Yeah.
and if they hollered, "Get off my grass," he should have just squirted them with the water pistols. That'd probably be more in line.
Dude, that would have been another Trayvon Martin situation. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. All right, don't go to the white people's neighborhood and shoot them. Okay, that's a bad idea.
God.
Toxic. Help
Trying to
me,
help
Toxic.
people. Trying to
Help
save
me.
some lives out here, Riv.
I was about to say
You know,
Brick
but,
was right, but I'm not now.
Yeah.
He was right about the viral part. He is going viral, but Brick, what's his name?
Jimbo?
Yeah,
say his name.
Everyone knows his name.
Oh my God,
exactly.
Jimbo.
Nobody knows his name. He's not. He's.
Can I say something though? If you
no.
If you are gonna do something like this, don't use battery acid, and you probably should use those air guns. You used to give from Spencer's.
You use some yogurt. I think that some Greek yogurt.
No. You know the air guns No, but have you ever went to like Spencer's back in the day, and it's like a cannon that shoots like an air gun, like a thing of wind? You ever seen that?
No.
What?
No.
I'll show you. All right, next episode, I'll show you.
Spencer? What's a Spencer's?
Oh boy.
Spencer's
It's
is
where
like a
it's like a
gift
novelty
shop
store.
comedic, and they sell dildos as well. And
oh
yes,
sex. It's a
and
sex
you know, no, not you really. Michi, why'd you have to do them like that?
Culture type, like current funny. Well, there's all kinds of shit in Spencer's. There's shirts. I got all of Toxic's Christmas.
They have
gift
lava
there
lamps.
because they have shirts
They're great
of
shirts.
like musicians. They have novelty joke gifts. They have sex toys. They have literally everything edgy.
You'd enjoy their people.
You could find at a Spencer's.
You think so?
Yeah,
Lava lamp.
you get some
If you
yucks.
ever want a lava lamp, that's where you go. You go to Spencer's for lava lamp, right?
Lava lamps. Okay.
It's like a hot topic. It's like a hot topic,
talking
right? Because I'm sponsored by Spencer's Gifts. I signed the contract last
Oh,
week.
PeePaw, you got to check the box now.
Oh, great! Now I got to check
He
the
gave me
box.
he gave me
Thank
free.
you.
He gave me a free Prince Albert piercing.
That's not. Okay.
God.
Look, see.
And on that note,
this one too.
I think we're gonna wrap this
unstable.
up. We're 2 hours, and we've become unstable. We're no longer stable, folks. We've become unstable at this point. So, anyway, thanks. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to be stable, make sure you go down to Spencer's Gifts and buy and mention code BRICK at checkout. That's BRICK99 at checkout for Spencer's Gifts.
Is that 99% off?
No, it's just a code.
Oh,
it's code. Okay.
Nope,
Anyway,
no off.
appreciate you guys tuning in today. Thank you, Nietzsche, Brick, Toxic, for tuning in and being a part of today's show.
You're welcome. I'm glad to tune in.
I'm a host of this fucking show.
Tuna
you know what I meant.
Sandwich?
Yeah, tuna. We're having tuna sandwiches.
Like what type of
tuna sandwiches?
What type of tuna sandwich?
Tuna on whole wheat. Tuna and beans on whole wheat.
We have been stable enough. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Anyway, take care, guys. We're out of here. Bye-bye.